Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm gonna make an addition to my last video too because I want to talk about the traditional financial markets in relation to Bitcoin. Show you some stuff that I'm seeing that others aren't presenting because there is some information out there that a lot of people present that the traditional markets are 100% correlated to crypto. That's not true. That's not true. um, Generally speaking, as long as the traditional financial markets are kind of doing its overall trend up, so looking at the Dow Jones Industrial, its overall trend is like up and to the right. No, crypto is going to be up and to the right. But it doesn't mean that if the Dow Jones is going down, then Bitcoin must go down, or S&P 500 or whatever asset you want to use, or the Dow Jones, S&P, or Nasdaq as an example, because recently the Dow Jones has been going up while Bitcoin's been going down. And just like when the S&P 500, it didn't crash till January, and Bitcoin had gone down 40% at that time. So Bitcoin was going down while the S&P was going up. So I don't know why they keep saying it's 100% correlated. It's just not true. So when analysts present that and say that, I always question that because they should at least say, well, it's not always true, or 80% correlation or something like that. So here's the deal with the traditional financial markets. I'm going to relate this to crypto. You have Dow Jones Industrial. It's made this massive move, and more than likely, guys, this is coming up for a correction. Okay, if you look at this here, it's building up a lot of bearish divergence. Could it keep trending up? It could for a little while, and then it's going to have a correction down. Now, the good news for the Dow Jones is if it maintains that low, then it can be out of here, maybe starting of a new trend for the Dow Jones, which is good. S&P 500 is a similar situation right here, guys. It's coming up. It looks like maybe a topping pattern. And then if it's going to do a correction, it could be coming down to break the low because it just didn't go up as high as the Dow Jones. It can come down, break the low. And there's a potential in this area, in my opinion, for the S&P 500 to find a bottom if it does that. That's what I would be looking for. I don't think the S&P 500's bottom was there at 3450. I could be wrong about that, but I would be a little bit wary in this area for the S&P 500. Now, I'm still relating this to crypto, so bear with me. Now, however, there's a different scenario here going on with the Nasdaq. So a lot of information is out there. I put this on Twitter, on my Twitter page. Guys. So, like what I said right here, with the traditional financial markets are setting up for a massive dump, in my opinion. I want to see what Bitcoin is going to do. Most say it would dump. It could, but there's not 100% correlation, more like 80 or something like that is what I put on there. So here's the deal with the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is weak. It has not gone up very much. It's pretty obvious why the NASDAQ did not go up very much is because the big assets in the NASDAQ, your Amazon, your Meta or Facebook, your Googles, they're down. They've done massive wave 2 corrections, and they're just still down there sussing themselves out, looking for a bottom. I don't think that they have a whole lot more to go. And Bitcoin, in my opinion, is more related to the tech stocks. With the NASDAQ, could it do a reversal in this area and break its low? Definitely could. More than likely will. However, you just have to see what kind of dump is going to be going on in the NASDAQ. It might not make much of a dump just because the bigger assets pretty much are going down to find a bottom. I know there's a lot of information down there for, like, say, Tesla is going to be dumping a lot more. I don't think that there's a whole lot more to go with some of those assets, your Amazons, your Googles, your Facebooks and things. Could they break the low again? I think Tesla could probably have some more downside. So how is that going to be related to Bitcoin? I think it's going to be interesting to see once they start going into their trend reversal on those on the traditional markets to see exactly what Bitcoin's going to do. I think there's going to be definitely something you want to pay attention to with the signal in this area with Bitcoin. How much is it going to dump, or is it just going to stay in this area and kind of just be going sideways, or what it may be doing while the NASDAQ, as an example, is going to be doing a dump? I just want to put that out there for you guys because there's some information. Could Bitcoin just do a reversal and start dumping? Of course it could. Of course it could. However, I'm putting a flip side to it that, like, look, the NASDAQ hasn't gone up much, guys, just because the other assets, the massive assets that run the NASDAQ for the most part, your Amazon, your Google, your Meta, your Facebook, the big ones, they're down there looking for the bottom, guys. Same thing if you want to take a look at some ETFs like ARK Invests. ARK Invest has done a massive correction. It's down there at the bottom, trying to find it, settling it into that area, if you will. The other ones too. I mean, look at MicroStrategy. It's related to Bitcoin. Does it have more downside? Possibly does. I'm looking at, I think it was 136 on MicroStrategy. So that means Bitcoin might be going down. So they're all down there finding the bottom on the Nasdaq. The Dow Jones is kind of doing its own thing. So there's just information being presented. It's like people are like, look at the Dow Jones. It's up so high. It's going to do a massive crash. However, that doesn't mean that Bitcoin and those other assets are going to be doing a massive crash. They're kind of not correlating one another. It's kind of looks like some smart money maybe threw money over into there, or however you want to put that. The dumb money that some people are going to say the dumb money went into that area of the Dow Jones and blasted it up like that. Look, retail did not shoot the Dow Jones up 21% in the last 45 days. Okay. So there's some other players in there that kind of knew what was going on, if you will. All right, guys, that's the end of my video. If you made it way to then, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit that subscribe button. Peace.